Yeah, very busy. Unfortunately, lost at Everton and then beat London Capitals quite convincingly on the Saturday. The Everton game, I have no complaints, to be honest. We were in it till half time, third quarter, but I don't think it was more of their physical size, more of our performance that won Everton the game. They were just too big for us. I think it's one of those games where we really missed the likes of D'Antoine and Gaylor Moore. It's testament to the guys. I know we were playing the bottom of the league team the next day, but we got into Plymouth 4 o'clock on Saturday morning, and 15 hours later, you're playing another BBL game. And
is it hard for players to get that out of their legs?
Oh, definitely. And I know what it's like travelling on a coach as a a head coach, and I know how it takes it out of me. And so as a player, I know what that's like as well, having played it, and made those type of journeys. But we got it done. I mean, it was a bit sloppy in the first half, and said a couple of things at half time. Guys come out, some fire in the bellies, and played really well, I thought, and that was good to get the win and cement the third place, which is anybody's place at the minute, as you can tell by the league.
I think you said that before. It's a mini season, have you said that?
Yeah. It is a mini season. I think every coach is probably saying that to their teams who are fighting for the playoff positions. There's 4 or 5 teams, and even if you look at the likes of Cheshire, I think they're 12-12 at the minute. Well, if they win games and they can beat teams above them, they could be well jumping to the top 4 spot if they got on a bit of a roll and won every one of their games. There's no reason why they couldn't be looking at a top 4 spot, which is quite scary in a way that being a team who are at the minute third on a 16-10 record, that if you look at it closely, and then what I don't want to do is start analysing who's playing who on a certain night and worrying what that result's going to be. I mean, we hold our own destiny to make the playoffs and make the top 4, and that's all I can ask.
Players coming back, of course.
Well, yeah, players coming back, but still just horrendous injuries. I mean, it's just one week to another. And we just have to patch them up for the weekend. I think there's no Terence, and there's a number of other ones who are carrying injuries. Well, whether that's going to keep them out or not, I hope not. It's a critical stage of the season. We're playing a difficult Worthing team who are coming on the back of a 10-point victory against Scottish Rocks, which is no mean feat. And they're playing for their playoff lives, as I say, because they're a couple of games back on the 8th spot. And if I was their coach, I'd be just saying, look, our first year, we're just going to leave it all out there the next 6 or 7 games. And
I was going to ask, what type of games do Worthing bring to Rangers?
Very much, they're an up-tempo team. They're a lot like Worcester. They've got a number of high point scorers, Colby Bargeman, Ryan Patton, Woods, their other American. They've got a European player who's very good as well, and they've got some good role players. So I think we've had their number this season, but they did defeat us in the trophy, in a game that the type of game we don't want to get involved with at the weekend, which is a up and down game. We need we very much need to set the tempo of the game. But Worthing come in, and like I said, they're pretty gung ho. They'll shoot the 3. If it's not a good shot, they're still going to take it, and sometimes you can't coach against that. You just got to be alert to it. I mean, the guys have to be alert to that. And
you seem to be promoting the 3 a bit now with some of our players.
Not well. I mean, we've got guys who can shoot it. If you're open, my philosophy and the guys would tell you is that if you're open, you shoot the basketball, and if it's a good 3-point shot, I expect you to take it. And in the last few weeks, we've got some open shots because that's been fueled by our defense, and our defense will push the basketball. We've got guys penetrating, and then if they can't finish around the hole, they're kicking it out. And we've got some of the Alistair's shooting the ball really well. Gerald, for a big guy, can step outside. Haggai can get his feet set and let it fly. And I mean, Drew Lasker. We've got a number of guys who can shoot the ball. But it all centres around our defence. If we don't get defensive stops, then it takes away from our transition game. We're walking the ball up instead of pushing the basketball, and then we're much more in a half court set then, and we can get it done in the half court, but it's a lot harder for ourselves to do that.
The spirit of the club seems to be back on the court a little bit, Gary. as well.
Yeah, I think everybody's, you can't help but get a little bit down about the injuries, and you see Cat on the sideline every week, and he's missed 16 games. I mean, pre Cat's injury, we were 14-6, looking really good. I mean, looking really, really good. We had a 7-game winning streak. Things were really good, and then after Cat's injury, we went 8-8. Now, I'm not just saying that because he's been injured, because there has been a plethora of other injuries as well. I mean, we have had Gaylon, we have had Terence, Drew's knee, Cabana's ankle, Anthony's ankle. It's just there's probably two or three guys who have been pretty much injury free. Then I've had 7 or 8 who have had injuries that have really, some of them have been playing on injuries they should have had rests on, but you can't do it, And I think all I pray for is that we get injury free as best we can down the stretch, and I thought we were going to get that, and then this week's just been another nightmare, of injuries cropping up in practice. We had a couple of guys go down, and then obviously Terence went down in the game against London, and he's going to be out, so hopefully we'll get there.
Will Cat get a few minutes?
I'm hoping. Yeah, he's practiced this week, and I definitely hope that we'll get him involved. I mean, he's chomping at the bit to get involved. He's had all the old clearance. He's done with his physio. The physio doesn't need to see him anymore, which is great. She just needs to see the other 9 guys.
Well, on the plus side, off the court, of course, we've got the wonderful news about Spain.
Yeah, I mean, that's in its infancy. I mean, Damon's been heading all that up on that one. It is great. I mean, if there's any sort of interest, there's tie-ups between one of the top teams, not in Europe, in the world. I mean, the ACB is the top league outside the NBA, and the amount of NBA players playing in the ACB, and we are a long way behind that league. I mean, the whole of the BBL is not just Plymouth Raiders. The BBL is a long way, as are a lot of lower level, mid level European countries are a long way behind Spain as well. So we need to learn off those guys about their infrastructure and about their development of players. And it can only be good. I mean, like I said, it's in its infancy. It's the baby steps. And if we can get something out of it that we can share with the rest of the BBL, and it opens up a route that it can be matched elsewhere. I mean, who knows what all that's going to do is float the stock of the BBL a lot more, and hopefully then players playing in Spain. You never know, just if we get some over here, or we send some, or not just Plymouth Raiders, but anybody, we can push that way to Malaga. It doesn't have to be, through our development, it could be from up the country type of thing. If we get a tie-in then and say, well, look, we have a tie-in with Malaga to develop the British kids, and then they come back to play in the BBL because the BBL stock's risen because of the connection with not just the Malaga but the ACB, then it's a win-win situation, I feel. But like I said, it's really in its infancy, Dave. That's what I can't stress enough. I know everybody's really excited about it, and I can understand that excitement. But
I would imagine it's quite good for coaches as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, there might be an opportunity there for me to go out and see, those guys work at the highest level, and that's great. I mean, I had the privilege of doing a coaching, seminar with Juan Plaza from Real Madrid, and I mean, that guy is just... he just held court for best part of 2 days, just like 2-hour sessions, just flowing and just showing you stuff, and it was tremendous to watch that, and get a chance to speak with him as well, and that can only further, the coaching, the way our guys work, and it can only extend me as well, and that's what you need to do. I mean, if you think you're the best coach, then it's time to walk away from the game, and there's no way that I feel that at all. I mean, I'm learning every week. You learn about player management, you learn about X's and O's every day. You just learn watching game tapes. I mean, I get game tapes sent from other coaches in this league, and I don't watch Raiders versus London Capitals. I'll be watching Scottish Rocks versus Newcastle, or Sheffield versus Cheshire. That's what because you just pick up other things as well that way. Obviously, I do watch all the Raider games as well, but I just think it's a great opportunity, Dave. I mean, it really is, and it's a good way of building this club, and Malaga have welcomed us with open arms, and we'll see where it takes.
More imminently, Saturday, Worthing, get there early.
Yeah, well, the tickets have gone really well. Just checked there, and the staff in-house have said that it's, you know, there was 900 gone already by Wednesday. Well, that can already tell us that it's going to be 1,300. So I just got a feeling that the city, you know, people around the city now are starting to think, oh, hold on a minute, 7 games left, these guys have got a great chance to make in the final 4. You know, when you cheer them on to make sure they get to the top 4, and then the playoff game, the vital playoff game, and see if we can get the NIA. But it's great because, you know, we have still something to play for, you know, as a sporting organisation, and you know, there's still that piece of silverware, and desperate to get our hands on it. But there's a lot of basketball to be played until then.